Cleaning this up with the procedure that we do seems to be very efficient and helpful. So they got biologically younger. Their different organs got younger, which is very, very important because as we age, our organs age, and this predisposes to different diseases. And disease causes death.
Jetzt geht es um Blutwäsche. Das ist etwas, was vielen erstmal ein bisschen unheimlich vorkommt. Ich freue mich sehr, dass ich Dobri Kiprov begrüßen darf. Er ist Chief Scientific Officer of Lifespan. Thank you very much for being here. Please, how long are you in this field of plasmapheresis?
For about 40 years.
Yeah, you are so experienced. And when did you get the idea that rejuvenation could be the target
of plasmapheresis? I've been involved in a healthy lifestyle for many years, and the idea came from a mouse experiment that was done by friends of mine from Stanford University, and they approached me because they were dealing with the blood of two animals, exchanging the blood and observing what really happens in their tissues, in their brain. And I decided that maybe plasmapheresis can kind of emulate this animal model. And that's how it started. And I published an article of some hypothesis of how to do that. And we started doing patients with them in their laboratory. And it turned out that we had very similar results as they experienced with the animals.
And this is very interesting because in this cruel mouse or rat trials, it was the young blood in the old mouse and the old blood in the young mouse.
Exactly.
And now we don't have to inject young blood, so we wash old blood. That's the idea.
The analogy is that similar to if you have a fish tank at home, if you have an aquarium, and you have fish and they swim and live in the water there, over time the water gets dirty. And if it doesn't get cleaned out, they die. They don't do well. But if you replace the old water with new one, they live up again. So similarly, as we age, our plasma, the fluid component of the blood, gets somewhat dirty. It accumulates all kinds of factors that are not healthy for us. So cleaning this up with the procedure that we do seems to be very efficient and helpful.
Yeah, and that's not a washing process, that's an exchange process. So you are taking new plasma and new albumin, which is, I did understand that albumin, also the protein in our plasma, can get old. And so it's not good to stay with it. You have to exchange it also to young albumin, is it right?
Right. So albumin is the major protein in the plasma. It is very potent anti-inflammatory protein, and it's immunomodulatory, so it helps the immune system to live up. What is really important is that it is the most strong antioxidant in the body. The molecule of the albumin has different receptors on its surface, and it attracts all kinds of different molecules, including the bad molecules that cause oxidation and problems. And over time, they get saturated. The receptors get saturated, and unless you eat when we're young, they have a way of cleaning themselves up. But as we get older, it stays there, and unless you exchange it with fresh albumin, it's no good.
But people will ask, where did you get the plasma, the fresh plasma and the fresh albumin? Where do you get it from?
Yeah, well, 5% albumin, which we use, is a pharmaceutical product. It's readily available pretty much around the world, certainly in the United States and in Europe. There are many companies, American companies, Austria, German companies that make albumin. It is made of human plasma, but it is processed in a way that there's no virus that can survive, and all the other proteins are removed from the plasma, and the albumin is the only thing that remains.
And all other proteins are removed. People think, oh, we have 20,000 different proteins in the blood and so many positive molecules, and everything is gone. It's that good?
There are proteins that are good and we remove them. We replace some of them. For example, immunoglobulins, which are very important for preventing infections and fighting diseases. So we replace those along with the albumin. There are other coagulation factors, the blood clotting factors, that are also removed, but not to the extent that it's dangerous. And they rejuvenate themselves very fast. The next day, if you do a blood test, it will be normal.
So now several longevity clinics are offering your plasmapheresis, your therapeutic plasma exchange.
Right.
How many clinics are they, and how is the process for the patient?
It is no different than in our main clinic. It is all the same. We try to keep it the same procedure, the same standard operating procedures. Very important to keep the same thing. So everything is safe and the patients are comfortable. I don't know if you show some pictures, but basically people are either in a reclining chair or in a hospital bed. And in our clinic, we have a very nice view, so they can enjoy the view or watch TV. In about the time you watch a movie, the procedure is done. There is no pain, there is no side effects. They don't experience anything, they don't feel anything. The model that we have for the affiliate clinics is very simple. Usually we get approached, like at the conference, I get approached all the time, can we do that in our clinic? So we go and make sure that they have adequate space and it's the right environment for the procedure. And then we basically provide everything that's necessary to perform the procedure. The machine, we have trained nurses. I train the physicians who are going to supervise the procedures. And we make things very easy for the clinic because they enjoy having yet another procedure, but they don't have much to do much about it.
So I guess it's a 2-hour procedure?
Correct.
And 60 and up to 80% of the plasma is exchanged?
60 to 65%.
Okay. And how often do I have to do that to see, to feel, to check also an effect?
We have 2 protocols at the moment that we examined in this clinical trial, and one of them is you come to the clinic and you stay for about a week and you get 2 treatments in 1 week, every other day or every 2 days. And then you go home and you come back in a month or approximately a month and you repeat that. And we do that 3 times. So overall you get 6 procedures over a 3-month period. Another protocol calls for 6 procedures over 6 months. So once a month for 6 months. It seems that both work well, although the first one, along with the addition of immunoglobulins, seems to work the best.
And now the most important question, what are the results for the people? Rejuvenation, healthy longevity.
The results are very interesting. We presented that yesterday. One thing that is probably the most significant is the decrease in biologic age. So there is a chronologic age, and that is the normal age. If somebody was born in 2000, today they're 24 years old. That's the chronologic age. However, the biologic age is different. It is the age our tissues age. And it turns out that lately we have found out that different parts of the body, they age differently. And we have now tests to measure that. So we can measure brain, lungs, the immune system, and so forth. So we found out that the biologic age of the patients who were enrolled in the study decreased. So they got biologically younger. Their different organs got younger, which is very, very important because as we age, our organs age, and this predisposes to different diseases. And disease causes death.
And perhaps more effects, more. Do you have some examples? What happened after the 6th session?
Well, there's one thing that I didn't show yesterday. We have a lot of testimonies. People who have gone through the trial, how they feel. So I have videos from these people. And I think I told you yesterday, we have patients from Europe. This gentleman who has been coming now for almost 2 years. He went through the first 6 procedures and then he comes every 3 months. He flies from Frankfurt to San Francisco. So his biologic age is 6 years younger, so he feels very good about it. People in general feel more stamina, more healthful. Their sex drive improves. So overall, they feel better with more energy. However, we rely on a lot of the biologic clocks. We rely on other tests, and some of the tests were very, very encouraging.
And only in the United States, in clinics, the therapeutic plasma exchange is offered?
We have clinics in the United States. We have a clinic in Australia, in Brisbane, Australia. We are negotiating here in Europe, possibly this or next year, to start helping other clinics.
Where? In Europe?
Yeah, we've got approached during this conference by several people. We haven't started anything yet, but I'm very hopeful that we can do that.
Did you do it by yourself?
Yes.
How often?
About once 2 months.
Okay. Thank you very much. You're looking young.
Thank you.
Thank you.